Hello, friends. Today we are reading The Buddy Bench by Patty Brozo. The Buddy Bench. Class dismissed, called Miss Mellon when the recess bell rang. Her students ran out, one loud, happy gang. They didn't waste time, recess was too short. They started right in with the games and the sport. Some boys climbed a mound, playing King of the Hill, but though he stood near, not one noticed Will. Molly said to Brianna, "Let's play follow the leader." They walked right by Emma, but just didn't see her. As Cooper watched hide and seek from a tree, he thought to himself, "Why does no one seek me?" Three kids played soldier with a make believe fort as Solon looked on from the basketball court. Seven kids were clowns and they acted quite silly. They paraded right past, but no one saw Lily. Jerome watched four kids playing blind man's bluff. "Why can't they see me? Ain't I big enough?" Three boys played with kites that flew high in the air, while Gabe sat and wondered, "Doesn't anyone care?" Then one dancing kite dropped out of the sky, and when Jake went to find it, Gabe held it up high. "Want to join us?" Jake asked. "Therefore, before recess is done." "How come you are just watching? That can't be much fun." "It's my leg," said Gabe. "I can't run in a cast, so I never get picked, not even last." "Come play with us anyway. There's time to spare." "Wait a minute," said Gabe. "I'll be right there." Gabe hobbled to Will and tapped his shoulder. "Come and join us," he said, "before recess is over." "I'm new here," said Will, "and today's my first day. No one but you has asked me to play." "Well, help us keep this kite in the air." "Okay," said Will. "I'll be right there." Then Will went to Emma and Emma to Solon, each asking the next why she was alone. "There are holes in my pants and my shoes," said Emma. "I don't fit in," and her face turned bright red. "It's hard," said Solon, "to know what to say. I'm too scared to ask, but I do want to play." "Come join us," said Will. "There's no time to spare." "Wait," said the girls. "We'll be right there." They ran over to Cooper and said, "What about you? We are gonna have fun. Can't you play too?" "When I talk," explained Cooper, "my words get tangled. What I want to say ends up all mangled." "So what? Come and play," the two girls said. "I'll come in a minute. You go on ahead." Then Cooper asked Lily, and Lily asked Jerome, how come each of them was alone. Lily told Cooper, "It's always the same. I'm used to just watching. I'm no good at games." "When you are small," said Jerome, "and the game is all tied, nobody wants you to be on their side." "Come and play," Cooper said. Don't hang back and wait. Let's make some new friends. It's never too late." But recess was over. The bell rang once more, and Miss Mellon's students ran for the door. "Miss Mellon," Will asked, "how could we say without using words what we all want to play? Sometimes we are too shy, too sad, or too proud. How can we ask without asking out loud?" Miss Mellon said, "What you need is a seat to wait for a friend or a buddy to meet." "A buddy bench," Miss Mellon's class all agreed, "and we will make it ourselves," Cooper decreased. So they borrowed a hammer, a saw, and a wrench and started to work on their own special bench. When it was finished, they were all filled with pride. Each child wore a smile that was 9 inches wide. We think it's just perfect, the students all said, with hands that are colored blue, yellow, and red. They put their new bench in the very best place, under the climbing tree, right at its base. Now everyone knows when they are feeling left out, where to find friends without any doubt. And the words on the bench that they made on their own say, Buddy bench is equal, nobody alone. Hope you like this story. See you again next time. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!